If we look at cos, now cos is going to be very similar to sine in a way, because if you look, we start at 1 this time because cos of 0 is 1, and then at pi and 2 it's 0. So the values move in a curve down to pi and 0 at pi and 2, and then it's negative 1 at pi, back to 0 at pi and 3, and then up to 2 pi. But then again, it starts again. So our period here is 2 pi because it takes 2 pi to go through one complete cycle or one complete revolution of cos of x. So you notice the values of pi and 4, and you can also look at pi and 3, pi and 3, pi and 6 here. Like pi and 3 would be a half. So, and then in the second quadrant here, which is between pi and 2 and pi, it's negative. Third quadrant, it's negative, and in the fourth quadrant between 3 pi and 2 pi, it's positive again. So you can see why it's above the x-axis where it is and below the x-axis where it is. So amplitude again is going to be 1. So the period and amplitude of sine x and cos x are the same. Now if you have a look at the curve, if you started from here and moved it across, so if you started from negative pi and 2 and moved it across, you'd see that you get exactly the same curve. So if you want to investigate the two curves, they're very similar. They're just being moved across 90 degrees. So that's one thing we want you to keep in mind for later on. Tan of x, as we said, we're going to have an asymptote as we go through. So at those values as we go up. Okay, and as the values approach pi and 2 from the positive side, from the negative side, it's going to approach infinity. It starts at 0 through there, and then as it approaches from the positive side, it's going to reach negative infinity. So it comes up, all the values, again, second quadrant, the values are negative. Third quadrant, values are positive. First quadrant, they were positive, and it approaches the negative, positive infinity there. And in the fourth quadrant, approaches 2 pi. This time, the period is going to be pi radians, because it only takes 1 pi units to do one complete revolution there. So one complete cycle, and it's back to where it starts again. So there's the sine, cos, and tan graphs with a few things you've got to remember about them.